Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 223rd One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name's Rick Crammond. I'll be a host today along with Mark, and I think we're ready to present today's workshop with members of the Universal Council who will be presenting today's workshop. Okay, let's get that arranged here. I think we are ready to go.
Hello, my dear, can you hear me?
You're breaking up right now, but keep trying there. It seemed like there was a bandwidth problem, but go ahead.
Now, hello, now I'm breaking again.
Yeah, still breaking up at this end, like the transmission.
Okay, Rick, can you hear me now properly?
Yes, I think I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. Actually, my internet was gone, so I have to stand outside. But this is the beauty. Welcome. Thank you, my dear Rick. Welcome, my dear beautiful soul.
I'm sorry, we can't hear you, Shweta. Just broke off there. Maybe you need to reconnect in order to get a better connection. We heard a little bit of voice there, but it's not really coming through.
Now you can hear me, Rick, again?
Yes, that sounds much better.
Oh, okay. Actually, I apologize for that. And I want to say a few words that when this is few words from a song of a Sufi, those who always let go things matters, that we are like travelers and these worlds are like guest houses for us. Some are going, some are coming, and in between some are saying salam, you are going, salam, you are coming, like that, and here in these guest houses are very beautiful. Sometimes these travelers get stuck in this well, I will say illusion kind of thing, but then they have to go also. So if we make it easy, then there is the process of always the creation, and a decay that is acceptable, So I will say we are soul travelers, universal travelers. The going and coming is always, but what is the essence we are taking? Sometimes we stuck and take the essence which it doesn't need, and we again come with the essence in this place to perform that manifestation again. So if we take the essence of the beauty and totality of this guest house, of the garden of the guest house, then going will be much easier. So I will say these words, my dear beautiful souls, Suswagatam, through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages, planet Earth, souls is equal, and all are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. We are all created in the image of the Creator. We had this strength to create what we need and to observe what we don't need. All these guest houses, all the traveling is so beautiful if we say so, if we do so. So thank you for everything, my dear beautiful souls. for being with us always. Salam, namaste, salute. Rick, can we go to the next slide? Here is the wish. I welcome any beautiful soul who wants to read the wish. I mean, I welcome anybody who wants to read the wish. Wishes that is done, as dear Dr. Gatua says. So we wish always, we do observe from the heart and soul, and we elevate, enhance, and because of this, all souls always. And so because of this, many are getting freedom from so much pain and suffering, and misery also, kind of that. So freedom is the point of view of you. That is the beautiful thing, enhance yourself, observe what is around, feel the freedom, understand the freedom. So this is not material at all. So I'm really going to read the wish of the Universal Councils of the Universal Souls. We, the Universal Council, wish and welcome the new members of the UC to continue the mission of bringing peace and prosperity to humanity. So this is the wish, my dear ones. It's done, so it is. So we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Yes. So this is the moment of silence of the elevation of souls that is going on continuously. Here we are becoming timeless. There's no time in here. There are moments you came, moments you came, moments we are all here like that. In the soul level, we have connected like this, as Moshfik said, the souls are connected. That is the oneness, the higher oneness we achieve I can use the word achieve. So here is the 5 minutes of silence for the elevation of the soul of 5+1 peace negotiators, the soul of the IAEA, all souls working for peace in Vienna, the souls of humanity, the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of this earth. And I was one thing. I apologize. At the wish, Rick, can we go to the wish, please? Again, we will take the silence after that. Yes. I will read the wish again. We, the Universal Council, wish and welcome the new members of the UC to continue the mission of bringing peace and prosperity to humanity. So I am present. I am present.
Present.
I am present.
I'm present.
Now we can go to the next slide for a moment of silence. But yes, I apologize. The elevations of the soul for 5 minutes. The silence begins now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beautiful souls, for being here with all the responsibilities. And thank you. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute. Rick, can we go to the next slide, please? This is the presentation from the Italian community, and welcome, welcome.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Yes, it's nice to be here. I'm the Universal Council representing the Italian language. And I just wanted to show what the Italian community has been done. I was very happy, and I wanted to share. My intention is to, the reason why I want to share this picture and what I'm going to show you now is just because I think it's can be useful for the other community and the other languages, so we can stimulate each other. Because when I saw what the Italian knowledge seeker has done, it was very inspiring. So I thought, okay, this maybe will be good to be shared in this platform, because here it's where we get in together and we find a way, or we give each other's ideas on how we can work collectively to spread the knowledge of the plasma technology and the from the Keshe Foundation. So I don't know if you, Rick, you can show the picture. Okay, so this was a workshop done by Sandro. He's here with us, and him and other knowledge seeker organized this workshop. If I'm correct, there was more than 20 people, doctors, physio. I will now is here with us. He doesn't speak English, so I will have to translate from Italian to English. I said to him to make a short sentence, so it will be easy for me to translate, and it will not too long. So Sandro, sei qua? Puoi parlare?
Sì, certo. Buongiorno a tutti.
He said, good morning everyone. Se ti vuoi introdurre velocemente, così dici chi sei, così velocemente, così.
Sono un semplice ricercatore come tanti, che dopo un anno di apprendimento della tecnologia sta cominciando a insegnare.
Ok, very good. Lui ha detto che praticamente è un knowledge seeker. He started to follow us just a year ago, and but he's been very, very active, and so he started already. He tries best to learn it, how to make, for example, the cup of life, and then he's now already teaching to other this technology. E Sandro, potresti anche dire brevemente, per esempio, tu hai iniziato un anno fa, però sei attivo, già stai insegnando, magari potresti anche dire di che cosa che hai fatto, tipo dell'agricoltura anche, tipo... I'm going to translate in English, 1 second. I asked him also to talk about because Sandro is very active, and he already organizing this workshop, but he also translate already the agriculture for agriculture group is already translating the a lot of workshop, the one of Lisa of the fundamental plasma. So I asked him to introduce himself also in that way. Sì, se vuoi dire, per esempio io ho detto che tu hai tradotto anche dei workshop per l'agricoltura, ho detto, se vuoi, puoi dire qualcosa di più, sì.
Bene, sì, ho fatto un primo documentario su insegnamento sull'agricoltura per la Keshe Foundation TV e in costruzione il secondo e niente.
He's already done the documentary, the first documentary for agriculture TV, and now he's preparing the second one. Ora ti chiedo cosa... sì, dimmi, vuoi dire qualcosa di più?
Sì, volevo dire che io insieme ad altri miei collaboratori, insieme a altri speakers, non mi viene bene il nome, speakers, stiamo insegnando, stiamo facendo tante conferenze in questo periodo.
He said that him and other knowledge seeker, Italian knowledge seeker, they start to do a lot of different, like a congress or workshop.
Inoltre stiamo sperimentando presso aziende agricole le 5 coppe messe nella serra e prossimamente stiamo facendo...
Aspetta che leggo questo pezzo qua, Sandro, aspetta. And he also, start to collaborate with agriculture farm, you know, and he's already applied the 5 cups in this farm for agriculture. Sì.
I prossimi gli esperimenti che sono in corso sono con le api e con le galline.
And they start to do some experiment with bees, using plasma with bees and with chicken.
Esatto. L'ultima congresso che abbiamo avuto, come si vede nella foto, le persone rappresentate, le persone che sono lì, sono praticamente tutti professori.
If you in this workshop that you see now in the picture, are all professors and teachers here.
Sono endocrinologo, dentista, medici, impresari, tutte persone molto importanti che si stanno interessando al plasma.
He said that in this picture there are all professors for different in the health sector. Vuoi dire ancora oncologi? Cos'è che hai detto? Qui ci sono oncologist?
Ho detto sì, endocrinologo.
E come si può tradurre
non lo so, endocrinology.
E cos'è che fanno gli endocrinologi?
Studiano le ghiandole, mi sembra.
Ah, ok. Endocrinologist, I'm sorry I cannot translate in English, I don't know the right word, but it's like a doctor for the glands. He specializes on the hormones, on the endocrine system, yeah. E poi hai detto fisioterapisti, medici, doctors.
Già.
E poi
impresari che hanno grandi aziende.
There are also owner of big how you say the company of they have factories, people who owns factory, or they are also present in this workshop. There are all people, they are in quite top in different sectors. E poi altre, dottori,
sono rimasti tutti molto entusiasti, contenti, e abbiamo detto loro che faremo dei test dove faranno rapporto con i loro risultati a noi.
They all been very, very happy about this workshop. It's true, I had the feedback from different doctors. They said that Sandro organized it very, very well. So everyone was very happy. And they said they're gonna do some experiments with what they learn and they will feedback to Sandro and their team. Sandro, quante persone erano? Perché mi sembra che avevi detto che erano abbastanza...
Abbiamo fatto 23 coppe domenica.
E gli hai insegnato le coppe, avete insegnato le coppe...
La one cup and one line.
There were like around 25 people and in this specific workshop, and they taught the cup of life. Did you do, hai fatto coppa 1 e coppa 2 o?
No, solo uno.
They taught for the first workshop only cup number 1, cup of life 1.
Al mattino ha durato tutto il giorno. Al mattino abbiamo fatto teoria, quindi abbiamo spiegato con le diapositive che cos'è il plasma, che cos'è il GANS, che cos'è la nanostruttura, e il pomeriggio li ho fatti lavorare, li ho fatti fare la coppa, la one coppa, one life.
Questo workshop è stato 2 giorni fa, domenica, e praticamente è stato tutto il giorno. La mattina hanno fatto... Sorry, I'm speaking in Italian. Sorry. Sandro, tu ridi. Sorry, this workshop was 2 days ago, Sunday, and it lasts all day. And in the morning was theory. So they took the fundamental of like the plasma, what is the nano-material, how to make guns. And then in the afternoon, it was practical. Altre cose, Sandro?
Siamo stati tutti molto contenti. In programma ce ne sono ancora. Abbiamo diversi programmi in diverse città. Diversi medici ci hanno chiesto di fare queste convenzioni, queste riunioni, queste dimostrazioni.
He said that they have in program a different one because a lot of people, doctors, they were present. They asked to please to go around Italy and do more workshop. So they now planning to do more workshop in different location for people in the health sector, people who are interested on this. And he said that it was a very good success.
Bene, grazie di questa occasione. Spero che possa essere contagioso per tutti. Buon lavoro a tutti, che l'amore e la pace siano sempre con voi.
He said that thank you very much to have given me this opportunity to share what we've been doing with you. I hope that this will inspire other languages group, and I hope that we bring peace and everywhere worldwide, sharing knowledge. Grazie Sandro. Adesso chiedo se ci sono delle domande. Is anyone has any question to make to Sandro or any question? Yes, I can translate.
Yes, thank you, Sandro. I'd like to ask, how did he organize this? Are these friends and acquaintances of his? Did he put something in a newspaper? How did he go about and organize this workshop?
Mark vuole sapere, Sandro, come avete organizzato questo workshop, vuole sapere se ha iniziato con amici e parenti o hai messo un articolo per fare un advertising.
Ho cominciato a solleticare l'interesse del plasma su vari gruppi Telegram, che in Italia se ne sono formati tanti per la sopravvivenza, per l'organizzazione, che tendono sempre a fare le cose autonome.
Aspetta che dico questo pezzo iniziale. He said that the way he started was simply because a lot of Telegram group has been formed, especially to be self-sufficient to sustain yourself in how you can sustain yourself with food and everything. So he started to put let know on this group, be part of this group, and let know this group about the plasma technology. This is the way he started.
So he rented a space in a venue somewhere, a hotel or a club or something? Is that how he acquired, or is this his home?
Sta dicendo questa è casa tua o hai affittato un posto, un locale?
Abbiamo affittato il locale.
They rent the place, yes. They rent this place, yeah.
Abbiamo fatto versare una piccola quota che comprendeva tutto il materiale della coppa, che comprendeva l'affitto del locale, comprendeva anche un piccolo pranzo che abbiamo fatto. Come si chiamano quelli che adesso mi sfugge il nome, che ordini di mangiare, che arrivano a mangiare?
Sì. Okay, he said that he make a collective donation, I don't know how to say it, to cover the expenses for the material and for the food and the place. This is the way he started. So he collects some donation to be able to cover the expenses.
Ok, grazie Sandro.
Grazie a te.
Anything you want to add? Qualsiasi cosa, altre cose che vuoi aggiungere? O any other question? Altre domande? Scusa, sto chiedendo troppe cose.
So what is the work that they're doing? I see all these glass jars there, and did he already have the materials pre-cut and they just assembled them?
E lui vuole sapere, vedo tutte queste coppe qua, no? Vicino, come vi siete organizzati? Avete preso tutto il materiale prima e poi l'avete fatto mettere insieme?
Allora, io sono arrivato con i vasetti, come si vedono, intorno hanno lo scotch perché c'è il ponticello di rame già in mezzo. Ho portato loro i fili elettrici da spellare, loro hanno spellato tutti i fili elettrici, hanno carteggiato anche le lame di zinco che ho portato io. Come vedete hanno tutti i guanti perché io li ho istruiti che non devono toccare mai i materiali con le mani nude.
He said that basically he took the jars, no, brought the jars, like the jars you can see on the front, but he let them, and you can see this, the sellotape around where then the copper wires in the middle, you know, they want to make a bridge. And he said that but he make them he give them the wire and he make them to clean the wires, the copper wire, he make them clean and he make them, cos'è che dicevi della nanocopertura? Parcheggiare, tu hai detto una parola in italiano che
non toccare, che non toccano
no, quella
la
prima. Quella prima, tu gli hai dato i fili da pelare e poi
fili da spellare,
e
poi abbiamo fatto la nanostruttura con il fuoco.
And then they've done the nano coating with the fire, e poi se vedi, Sandro ha detto che se vedi che c'hanno i guanti perché lui appunto ha
Parli in italiano, loro non capiscono.
Sorry, scusami. If you can see, they have the gloves. Everyone's got the gloves in their hands because Sandro really wanted to make the point that it's best not to touch the bare hands, the nanomaterial.
Poi quando tutti hanno fatto la nanostruttura, hanno collegato tutti i fili degli elementi senza unire gli elementi, se li sono portati a casa perché non abbiamo fatti attivare lì, non abbiamo messo acqua salata perché le coppe dovevano essere trasportate.
And he said that so he make them put put the things together, but he didn't put the water inside, the salt water. The salt water, he make him do it at home, because you have to transport the cup in the house, to the house. So it was more practical to just teach them how to put things together.
Quindi a casa ognuno avrà messo l'acqua salata, collegato i fili e il reattore parte a casa loro.
E quindi, he made them to put the salt water at home and connect everything together. So the reactor started at home.
Altre domande?
Have you got other question, Marco?
No, it looks like a beautiful day. Buongiorno.
Ha detto che sembra una bellissima giornata.
Sì, lo era. È stato veramente, grazie. Sì.
Yes, he said that it was really great. It was fantastic. I have to say, people called me. That's why I wanted to show this here today, because I had many phone calls after Sandro done this workshop, and there is also a very enthusiastic, doctors. A lot of people was very enthusiastic after this workshop. It was quite a big success. Just from this workshop, a person that is in the health sector, that he knows many other people in the health sector, it was so enthusiastic. And so you never know, you start from one things and you never know where it's gonna take you. So ho detto che Sandro ha detto che dopo che tu hai fatto questo workshop mi hanno telefonato un sacco di persone per ringraziarmi che tu hai fatto un ottimo lavoro col tuo team, e che specialmente persone nell'ambito della medicina mi hanno chiamato e mi hanno detto che appunto erano così contenti che vogliono farlo sapere a tante altre persone. Qui ho detto che non sai mai quando inizi una cosa dove poi ti porta.
Sì, esatto. Bene, sono contento.
He's very happy, Sandro. Any other question?
Did he said the morning session was part theoretical? Did he play Mr. Keshe's tutorial on how to produce the cup, and what was the theory? Or he said the morning was the practicality happened in the afternoon, but in the morning was the theory.
Yes. I know for a fact that he said before he had like a slide. There is another picture that is not here, but he will have like a slide picture, like where you see, when you got the projector in the wall, and he has like a projector, and he was showing. Sandro, Marco mi sta chiedendo che tipo di teoria hai fatto di mattina. Tipo, vuole sapere se era un workshop di Mr. Keshe o era che
Ho fatto una parte della lezione, la prima lezione di Plasma Science.
The first part was show Plasma Science.
Ho aggiunto dei video dei nano-layers.
E ha aggiunto, he had the video with the layers,
and vari video che abbiamo fatto noi del gruppo italiano.
E a vedere questi video che avete fatto voi, quelli della Coppa di Paolo, Coppa 1, Coppa...
Sì, in parte quello, quando hanno fatto 1000 coppe per una vita.
Ok, io lo dico, così ho capito.
E altri pezzettini.
Sì. So he start with Plasma Science, then he went to show the nano layer, how to make, what is nano, how the nano layer are formed. The famous video you can find in the Keshe Foundation as well. And then he start to use other videos that him and Paolo and other people, Italian knowledge seekers, they made previously. They taught how to make, it showed how step by step, how to make the cup of life, one. and then he showed a video, because once what we did in Italy, we I don't remember which day it was, but we did 1,000 cups. So everyone knowledge seeker from Italy, we connect in Zoom, and all together we make cup number 1 all together, and we made a video, and was very well done by Paolo and other knowledge seekers. So he showed that too.
Tell him thank you for his work in the community.
Ti sta ringraziando per il tuo lavoro nella comunità.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sandro is very active. He also look after the agriculture group. I don't know where he find the time really, but he's one of these people. He's very, very active. Consider he just started a year ago. Good, I'm very happy. Ci sono altre domande?
L'hai detto in italiano.
There are, yeah.
Any question?
Are there any question? Other question? Anyone want to ask anything? Sandro, tu vuoi dire qualcos'altro?
No, nient'altro.
Ok, perfetto.
Spero che sia tutti di incoraggiamento per farlo, tutti quanti lo possano fare questa cosa e che riempiamo tutta la terra di tutte le coppe.
He said he really hope that this is encourage other knowledge seeker to do the same, so we can fill up the whole planet with cups.
We had one comment in the YouTube from someone called We Are the Conscious Evolution, who said, I love this channel. It gives me hope in our future.
C'era un commento su YouTube che ha detto che io amo questo canale perché veramente mi dà tanto speranza per il futuro.
Tu?
Un signore su YouTube.
Ah, bene, fa piacere, contento.
Yeah, he's very happy. Sandro is very happy about this. This is what he want to do. He want to definitely the plasma technology, no doubt. He make the future so bright. So no problem. Yeah.
Le persone potrei aggiungere che sono contente perché alcuni hanno osservato che in casa si è formata più tranquillità. I cani, gli animali si avvicinano e dormono sotto le coppe, insomma arrivano tante esperienze da tante persone.
Sta dicendo Sandro, ha anche detto che lui ha avuto dei buoni feedback, sorry, he had a very good feedback from all the people who were present to this workshop about the cup in their house, and everyone observed in different way that it brought more peace in the house. The animal sleep very close to the cup, or where the cup of life is. They noticed that where the cup of life is been located, the animal sleep close. Dogs or cat, they like to stay close to the cup, and they said that the house start to have more peace. There are more peace in the family. So this is the feedback he's receiving, very good feedback.
Stefania, he said he started by having them clean the copper. Could he describe how or the method they used to clean the copper?
E Sandro, Mark ha capito che tu hai detto che tu gli hai insegnato anche come pulire il rame, o no? O magari mi sono sbagliato.
I think that's what he said.
Lui pensa che è quello che tu hai detto.
Cosa? Come pulire il rame? No, hanno pulito le lastre di zinco, hanno carteggiato le lastre di zinco.
E come si dice cosa vuol dire carteggiato?
Grattato con la carta vetrata, pulito le carte, sì, pulito.
Ah, ok.
pulito le lastre di zinco, con la carta, quella che si carteggia, quella per spianare.
E non so come si dice in inglese, però adesso lo traduco. Yes, Mark, you noticed this. I didn't even notice that. He said, yes, he was referring to the zinc plate, and he showed them how to clean them. And the way he showed them, he used this paper, it's rough paper, and there is a name, but I don't know in English. And
sandpaper.
Yeah, he cleaned it like that. With the sandpaper, he cleaned the zinc plates. He showed them. That actually I never do. So it's new things for me. I learned something. Ho detto che io non lo faccio mai, quindi ho imparato qualcosa da questo workshop.
Sì. Tendo sempre a comunque a sottolineo sempre, do molta importanza agli allievi di, mentre fanno la nanostruttura, di mettere il loro intento positivo, il loro messaggio telepatico alla nanostruttura.
He said that really, for Sandro, it's very important to tell to the student to let them know that meanwhile doing the nano coating and meanwhile doing the cup, to really focus their intent. The intent is very important when you do this type of work. Tu hai detto l'intento è importante, ho perso l'ultimo pezzo. L'intento, cioè che ho detto che tu dici ai tuoi studenti di mettere
l'intento è importante e che loro possono parlare telepaticamente con la nanostruttura, di cominciare a fare un'interazione telepatica, poiché io sottolineo sempre che andranno a creare un'anima vivente, una vita.
He said that he really sent his student to start to telepathically communicate with the cup, with the nano coating, with all the procedure of the cup, and start to creating a relationship with the cup, because you're creating a new life. So you're creating so yes. So he said it's very important this to start to communicating with it.
Any question?
Bravo. Any question? Other question? I think Sweta wanted to say something, but I don't know.
Yes, I wanted to thank you, Sandro. My dear Sandro, gracias. Thank you so much. And very inspirational and encouraging. So much in the knowledge of the universal mechanism is intentionally. And when we say feedback, can you listening?
I have to translate a bit, just small bit. I just translate now. Sandro, ha detto grazie per insegnare il sapere dell'universo. Ha detto che è molto inspiring, è stata proprio ispirata da questo workshop.
Grazie a noi.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
C'è una mano.
When we yes.
He said that there is a raised hand. I cannot see, but maybe.
Okay, there is a hand. Okay.
Yes, Dean has got a hand up here. Go ahead, Dean.
Thank you, everyone. I have a question. By putting sandpaper to the copper, you're going to create microabrasions, and I know that electricity flows on the outside of the wire for electrical current. And I was just thinking that would actually increase the surface area of interaction of the copper with the fields, perhaps.
I translate Dean. Dean sta dicendo che secondo lui si usa il sandpaper anche sul rame, detto che magari puoi aumentare l'interazione dei campi.
Sì, senz'altro, ma loro sul rame usano il filo elettrico, quindi lo spellano e poi lo attorcigliano e poi fanno le spirali. Tutto sul porto.
He said, yes, Dean, very, very good. Thank you for point this. He said, yes, sure. And he said, Sandro said, in this occasion, for the copper, they use the spiral wires. But yes, he thinks you're right.
Quando utilizziamo il filo unico, per esempio, per fare le pipe pen, allora si carteggia anche il filo.
He said that when they use the wire, that it's one wire, it's not a multi-thread, but it's one. For the paint pen, they do that procedure with the sandpaper.
Ma quella comunque si fa in un'altra lezione, non è nella prima riunione, è un'altra. Nella prima lezione si fa solo la one copper, one lie. Una cosa per volta.
He said, when they teach the pen, obviously, it's not the first lesson. So you really make sure that when you teach one things at a time. So 2 days ago was only cup number 1. So he does small steps.
We had a question in the YouTube from Freed. Did Sandro let everyone sign to themselves the peace treaty beforehand?
Good question. Sandro, una bella domanda. M'han chiesto da YouTube se hai fatto firmare il peace treaty a tutti quelli che hanno fatto questo workshop.
Cosa sarebbe la liberatoria?
No, il peace treaty, il contratto di pace.
No, quello non abbiamo parlato.
Quello è importante, quello sì, quello è da fare. Adesso glielo dico. No, he didn't do it, but
non abbiamo pensato.
He didn't thought about it, so thank you, Fred, because it's true. It's very important to sign the peace treaty to anyone who learn the plasma technology.
Non abbiamo pensato a farlo, però ne ho parlato.
He didn't make it signed, but he did mention, he did talk about the peace treaty so he mentioned, hai fatto vedere anche il contratto?
Non ce l'avevo dietro, non ho pensato, dalla prossima volta sarà una cosa in più.
Bravo, vedi. He said thank you because he talked about it, but next time he will bring the peace treaty in paper, and he will do that next time. He will make them sign first. Grazie.
Grazie per il suggerimento.
Thank you for the suggestion, Sandro said. Other question?
That's all in our chats, I believe.
Ok, Sandro, è tutto. Tu vuoi aggiungere qualcos'altro?
Vi voglio bene tutti.
He said, ask Sandro if you want to add anything else. He said, I love you all. What he said.
Stefania, did he receive a lot of kisses during this workshop?
Mark mi ha detto se hai ricevuto un sacco di baci in questo workshop.
Sì, sì, sì.
Yes. Very good. I think I'm very glad actually I showed this because I learned something about the sandpaper that I didn't know, and the peace treaty remind people to sign the peace treaty. That's very important. Yeah, it's actually very, 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 very important because it commit the soul to peace, and that is the main things. To me, the rest is extra. Sandro, ho detto non ci sono più domande e io ho detto che ho imparato anch'io da questo workshop, perché ho imparato di come si fa raschia sai, con quello che freghi tu, che non mi ricordo come si chiama, con il sandpaper, che ho imparato, e poi l'importanza del trattato di pace, che bisogna farlo firmare, sì. Ok, grazie Sandro.
Grazie a voi, a noi.
Yeah, thank you, we. Jalal. Ok,
Thank you.
possiamo yeah, tell me, Sweta.
Yeah, if there is no question, we can move to the next slide. Hello?
I'm not sure if there's questions or not. There's a couple of questions from Dan in the YouTube, but I have to translate them in order to find out what they are. So let's move along, and I'll get back to that if it's necessary.
Could I just ask one more question, Rick?
Okay, sure.
Just about the sandpaper. We know there's a metal embedded in some of these sandpapers, but he wouldn't have used that, I don't think, unless it was a zinc or some sandpaper. What sort of, a lot of it has aluminum in it or some other metal abrasive, but what sandpaper did he use?
Sandro, ci sei ancora?
Sì, sì.
Lui mi ha chiesto, Marco, un'altra domanda per te, no? Lui mi ha detto che sai quello per raschiare, com'è che ha detto che si chiama? Quello per raschiare
Cartavetro.
Il cartavetro. Lui ha detto che il cartavetro, alcuni hanno alluminio, hanno materiali...
No, qua no.
Quale hai usato te? Vuole sapere quale hai usato?
Carta abrasiva per legno, carta abrasiva.
He used a paper to scrub wood. He said it had nothing chemical.
Okay.
I don't know in English the name, Mark.
Yeah, sandpaper for wood. I don't
Okay.
know what is embedded. Rick may know.
He said that it had nothing. There was nothing. There was other material.
Metal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They often have garnet, for example, sandpaper. Sometimes aluminum, but garnet would be more popular for wood. Dan asked what number of sandpaper, like really fine or coarse?
80.
80, yeah.
80, okay. It's fairly coarse.
Wow.
And we have a question. The question from Dan in the YouTube was, when did you do the Zoom courses? And do you do them now? And what would be the day and time for that?
The Zoom courses or the workshop? Zoom courses, like, Sandro, lui sta chiedendo in YouTube, stanno chiedendo quando è che fate questi corsi in Zoom, no? Nel Telegram Italia, no?
Sì, abbiamo fatto diverse lezioni, avevo fatto già 2 lezioni pratiche su Zoom all'inizio, ma sono cose che è meglio seguirle direttamente, perché a volte non capiscono bene, a volte non le eseguiscono bene. Su Zoom il lato teorico si può fare, ma il lato pratico no. Bisogna guardare ognuno cosa fa, poi ognuno vuole sapere, vuole vedere, chiedono sempre se quello che hanno fatto va bene. Su Zoom non è una cosa molto possibile. La teoria sì, spiegare sì.
He said, Sandro said, so we done some Zoom workshop in Telegram. So we have like Italian Telegram for the Italian language. We got Italian group. I will add the link here in the chat shortly after. So Sandro said that he done some previous theory Zoom classes to show the theory, and then but for the practical, he's saying that is really he thinks it's very important to be face to face, because a lot of people need have a lot of questions. They need to show them different things. So he said you have to follow maybe all by one by one. So he said it's definitely doing face to face is much better. He really recommend it than do the practical in Zoom. Obviously in Zoom, if you got no other option, but if you can do face to face, that would be the best. Other question? Can you hear me? Or?
Yes, we hear
Oh,
you.
yeah, perfect.
I don't think there's any other questions at this point.
Okay, perfect. So we can go to the next slides. But I learned something today on this workshop. I'm surprised about the sandpaper. Ok, grazie Sandra. Adesso vado avanti con il workshop. Grazie. Okay, so this is the One City, One Center. So at the bottom, you always see the email to become a distributor. Because as you know, I don't know if you remember, a couple, maybe more a month ago or more, we had the Krasimir that is in charge of the sale and distribution. And I asked him which is the best way to support the Keshe Foundation and to spread the knowledge quickly, and also for knowledge seeker to have some financial support, like, you know, because some people are struggling now. So he recommended to definitely become distributor. And he said, you don't need to distribute everything. You can just specialize in one things. But this is a good way to make little bit of income and to spread the knowledge. It's plasma technology, and to also try and experiment it with the product of the foundation, because I remind you that what you buy in the Keshe Foundation product, they're made with guns that some of them they are not in public, or we are not been taught yet. So they are quite advanced and precise stuff that you will not be able to replicate. So it's worth it to, if you can afford it, to order them and try them and feedback the testimonial. So as you know, also in the last workshop on the 433, Mr. Keshe said to apply for who wants to try some new product, and it was for the skin and the herpes and the problem of menstrual problem for women and the headaches, migraines. So you can make a donation and send the product to you, and you can feedback. So the testimonials are very important because, and I'm really guilty of that because I'm one of this person that I hardly write any testimonial. So, but we have to really force ourselves to write them because it's our strength, because people will read what we've been doing. People want fact, you know, if they see the benefit, they then understand what we are doing. I ask, I think we got a little bit of time, I think, yes. So I wanted to show a little piece of the 433. I asked Rick to make the recording of Mr. Keshe of the last workshop. I really recommend you, if you didn't hear this workshop yet, to go on and to listen to it. It's the 433 Knowledge Seeker Workshop of May 19, 2022. I really recommend it because it talked the beginning of the plasma era that is already started, thanks to all of us. There are small steps, thin like a paper. They already started already, but in the long term will be strong like marble. And the change, we're already bringing the change. And here, it also tell the importance of the donation, because the donation of it doesn't matter, one euro, €2, or £1 or $1, whatever you can give.
Problems should seek professional.
Whatever you can give, all of us will make a big difference. It will allow us to stay independent from the banks, from the big corporation. So, and this is very a big things, because if you realize now, most of the big, there are, I think, only 2 big corporations who own everything. And that cannot be right, because you're gonna free of speech then, or free of do whatever you want. So it's very important to be independent from the banks. And so that's why the donations are very, very important, because we're growing worldwide. And so you need a lot of cash for that. Eventually, with this technology, you will not need any more cash. So eventually we will we will change the structure, and we will finally, we don't have to struggle. No one in the world will struggle financially ever. So that is the goal. But we need to collectively really come together. So financially, or if you have any skill, try to apply to with plasma, and then teach and spread the knowledge, teaching. We really need to take this. We're not going to this because otherwise it's too much to listen. But Mr. Keshe said that really we need to go deep with this technology to be able to understand deeply, and therefore we'll be able to apply in every sector and in every situation. And also all this problematic of today, we can turn weaknesses into strength and use this time to. It doesn't say in this audio that I will make you listen now. It will say it in another part, but it said that, for example, climate change. You know, now we got a lot. We can use CO2 building to collect CO2 and create a new fertilizer for everyone, because it's going to be shortage of fertilizer. So we can introduce a new fertilizer with no side effect that doesn't pollute the environment. So we can introduce, with the plasma technology, we got chance to create any problem that we see in society of today. For example, shortage of fertilizer. Okay, the fertilizers of yesterday are highly polluted, but with the plasma technology, we can introduce fertilizer that are no side effect. So they're even better than what we had yesterday. The same things with shortage of food. With the plasma technology, we learn now that we can get fed by the fields, and we can be fed, we can increase the agriculture in your own home or in any surrounding where there is land or ground. You can increase 6 times more by using plasma technology. So all the shortage of food should not be happening if we introducing plasma technology. So these are our strengths. Now I show you what Mr. Keshe said about the announcement unit and the new plasma era. Okay, thank you, Rick. If you can go ahead, I will let you know when to stop. It will be 10-15 minutes, if it's okay. Yes, even less than minutes. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully we're set at the proper beginning here. So let's try it.
Now you have no banking system. You have no limitation of which airports you can land. Do you have a visa? Do you have a passport? You're an immigrant, you're a refugee, and the rest of it. In the next few days, in the next few weeks, as we develop these technologies and we assemble the reactors for the space development in the level of the fields of the universe, mankind has no choice but to face the fact. The new era in the cycle of the knowledge of the man has arrived. We have taught you for years in the fields of making ganses and the rest of it. Now we go back to what I emphasized over and over for past years. Be happy with your magnet systems, where you can physically touch them, but be happy with the fields which your magnet system makes that allows you to travel the span of the universe. We gave you the universal generator and you got stuck with a few voltage and amps. Now we have put these into operation. We have brought the knowledge of the teachings in past decades into operation, that man has the capability to fly through the dimension of the strength of the soul of the man, or what we call the plasma of the existence of it. When you have the sun does not shine anywhere in the solar system, unless it comes and interacts with another field, that the interaction of the two manifests the existence of the earth, the moon, the rest of the planetary system. So is the solar. The soul of the man shines, and when it comes with the interaction of the solar physicality in a dimension of the inertia and the magnetic gravitational fields of this planet, manifests itself as the embodiment of the man. When we take the sun away, that has no fields to interact, there'll be no existence of the earth, the man, the moon, because it cannot interact with, because it never came from the source that it was supposed to build it. Now you become that sun. In the new dimension, you'll decide in which position in the universe or in the dimension of the interaction of the fields with the others, you manifest yourself as Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Then it comes to us to understand, would my field interaction in this environment manifest as me as a man, and the other position in the same solar system, I behave like a plant and a tree because the field strength is different, and in another dimension, I become the field of the plasma without dimension of physicality, or maybe singularity, and become an omni. The teaching has brought us to this point, and the reality is that the technology, the knowledge, the science of it exists today. If it's used the correct way, it will bring a new dimension. If it goes the way we see that the Iranian government, through Sepah and the Revolution Guards, are developing what they call nuclear magnetic plasma weapons, man will see the end of his life cycle, the demise. I explained this to the American ambassador's office yesterday, and we make it very open. The new space technology, the new understanding of the plasma technology is and will be enforced by the Keshe Foundation across the world. Because if we allow the Iranian government with a new, what we call plan to develop the plasma enhanced using the Keshe Foundation technology, will bring the demise of nations. I warn the Iranian government to withdraw from such a research and development. The whole purpose of the evolution of the soul of the man is to make man peaceful. We have to understand, we have to be aware that we brought the knowledge for a peaceful application and not the conversion into a weapon. I have a signed agreement with the Iranian government, signed and sealed by the Parliament of Iran, that technology of the Keshe Foundation will not be used for weapon technology. And the soul of the knowledge will not allow that. We have to understand, when the man is tied up to a corner and the other one has the tool, they compromise. And we see that in the past few weeks, and the knowledge and what we call the development of the soul of the man through the Keshe Foundation has to be kept entirely and in totality for a peaceful application. I warned the American ambassador's office yesterday, directly to the ambassador, American ambassador to Vienna. Be warned of new structures which will use the Keshe Foundation technology, which should not be used. But the desperation of the time by the Russian government and the push to achieve the annihilation of the state of Israel with the pressures on Iran will bring the two devils together. And this will become extremely dangerous for all of us. We have to understand. We have to allow in the new few days that the new space technology developed by the Keshe Foundation to come into operation as a flight system has to be and need to be, and it must be completed as the Keshe Foundation team is doing as speedily as possible, that we change the course in a very, what we call, neutral way that all nations have the benefit of it. As I said, we do not need landing space. We do not need flight, what we call landing position. We can be in the center of a stone and take flight. We can be under 3 blankets and 2 beds and 10th floor under the water or in a deep mine. We still go to sleep, we still dream, and we allow the soul of the man to travel the span of the universe. This is what the new space technology, which is in the hand of the Keshe Foundation scientists and is becoming to its assembly point, is. Does not matter where we put the enhancement unit, in the center of a star, in the center of a stone, in the center of the brain of the man. Man will be able to travel the span of the universe the way he has done in the dimension of his soul. This is part of the totality of understanding of what we call new era in the dimension of what we call present existence. Today, I brought this subject up because we've seen, we understand that the interaction of the fields of the plasma creates a dimension of existence. It brings what we call a new structure in understanding of the knowledge of the universe. We have to be able to understand. It's not the old time that we bring someone to interpret our dreams. What does it mean? We have to understand we create that dream. We are in charge of it. We are responsible for it. We see it and we implement it. My dream is peace on this planet and beyond, and not achieved. Your dream is to have a warm food sitting next to your mother. You have to be able to achieve it. Now that you know you're the creator of it, you call the mama and say, Mama, I'm coming home, cook me something I want to eat with you. Now you used to do it and you do it on a mobile phone. But this mobile phone does not work. Mom changed the dimension of physicality years ago. Now you have to communicate in the dimension of the soul. Now you understand even why we brought the communication, the way you call it, mobile phones, internet, for you to gain trust in the knowledge that you can communicate without standing next to each other and from different positions in the planet, because now you use physical materials. Now you have to learn, you have to accept the new dimension that the transportation and communication in the dimension of the soul has no mobile phones and no internet. It has no servers and it has nothing else, because all of it sits within the dimension of the fields of the universe. Mankind has reached that point. Mankind has no choice but to start using what I call the soul mobile. And at the same time, the problem with the new dimensions of your mobile phone is you can carry the voice, maybe sometimes the emotional reality, but it cannot carry the physicality to be there to enjoy. Now, with what I call the transportation and transmutation of the soul, you can do that. You have the capability to send the voice and the physicality together to enjoy the time, the space, and what we call the joy of existence in the dimension of the creation. The new enhancement unit, which are coming into operation, are set in pairs, in twos, that we can even transmute one soul from one to another to confirm the transportation and transmutation of the fields of the universe. You have noticed in a lens exhibition, we have two sitting next to each other. One in the dimension of the soul of the man, and one in the dimension of physicality, of transportation and transmutation, of the transfer of the fields into matter state.
Okay, Rika, you can stop. I will go forever. I really would like to go forever, but we don't have much time. I really recommend you to really go and to listen to this workshop. It's a bomb, like many others. But from here, you can tell the importance of the peace treaty, like it's been reminded today. So the nation have to sign the peace treaty, the government, the people. This is very essential. And also you see how essential he is to be independent. This was the very beginning when he said that we have to be independent from the bank. So So that's why the donation are important. If it is £1, £3, and also they understand this technology and this knowledge is very important. So we can use our soul mobile. So we don't have to rely anymore in our phone, in our device, if we understand our soul work. And also we don't need to worry about frontiers or airport or any document or ID. Once we understand this knowledge, you can travel wherever you want and you don't have to show your passport. So there are lots of benefits, but definitely we need a collective of everyone to bring the change. I think I spoke too much today, so I finish. And we can go to the next slide.
Stefania, I want to say something.
Okay. Yeah, please.
I want to say that thank you, my dear Stefania. I know, and I also humbly, kindly request to all souls, those who enjoyed from yawns, all the conditions, all the essence. Now this is time for all of you to share the joy and the matter you don't need anymore because you have already in the joy. So share the joy by donating so that many can benefit, those who were the souls, those who were in like yawns of pain and suffering. So this is the transformation is going on by donating kindly from your heart and soul to those who need is the beauty in totality. And here comes, as Maharaj Srimanand M.T. Keshe said, the peace. So this is the beauty. Thank you, Stefania. Thank you so much.
This is MOSFEC. I would like to add a little more. Donating, we are thinking about here monetary form of donation. But there is the other part of donation, donating the knowledge, the understanding. So how do we go about doing this? And as we have talked about in the last few, One Nation, One Planet, One Race, about the presence among us souls that are not from here. And we are, in those of us who have listened to the, or have been involved in Keshe Foundation in various capacities, we know that a large part of humanity is not of local origin. So here, and some of these people might be here as well, or in the wider sphere of Keshe Foundation activities. So what can these people and those of our, maybe those of our who are not like that, more of people who are from here, how would we react in contributing towards our prosperity? I'm not talking about monetary prosperity, prosperity in knowledge and abilities and peace. So one of the things, some of these people may display or are able to have certain capacities and certain understanding. And it's good to listen to not just stuff that we have here, but some of these people. And in listening or in participating in their activities, we are in a much better position being a Keshe Foundation member or Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers, should I say, is that we are all we know that there is nobody greater. We are all equal. We all can equally participate in creation, in understanding, and knowledge. So, and this is important, but as we go in space, we are equipped with enough understanding to interact with any universal entity as equal as friends. So how does it relate to those entities here on planet Earth who may display or show certain enhanced abilities? Perhaps they developed it on their own here, perhaps they are from somewhere else, that's why they have it. It doesn't matter. But we can welcome them in the sense that, well, they can do it. Well, we know enough about fields that, well, we too can do it. But somebody else may not be associated with Keshe Foundation who can do something special or has invented something special. Because of our broader understanding, we can welcome them, their knowledge, their understanding, their ability. And it also gives us encouragement that we too can do it, although we may know it theoretically, but perhaps we haven't done it to the extent we can if we apply ourselves. So this person, because of the planetary situation, as is the case, sometimes become arrogant, and they may announce themselves as guru or something along those lines. And people consider them to be semi-deity. As you know, I mean, in the part of the world, in the Indian subcontinent, I'm from Bangladesh, so in this part of the world, this has been quite a phenomenon for a while, and we also have been able to export it. But but still, we have to acknowledge that some of them do have these abilities. We can welcome them as friends, allowing us to know about certain abilities. But now we know that we are all equal, we are all creator. So they're just another of the friends showing it. Although they, because of the terrestrial condition, they may feel that there's something special, but that's a temporary situation. Still, even if the intent is to let's say make a few bucks or whatever, a little bit of money this way or that way, I mean, we have plenty of it in my surrounding. It's okay, but we still have, we ourselves, those who have been exposed to the Keshe Foundation knowledge, we don't have to feel bad about them. We know in time they will adjust to the new knowledge as it becomes more widespread. But they do bring something valuable. That is the possibility that these things are not unnatural. Those who consider them these beings to be deity, of course, they won't get there because they think, this guy is special and we can't do it. But many of us exposed to Keshe Foundation knowledge this way or that way are in a better position to share this universal knowledge in a form that's not coming from Keshe Foundation, but having been exposed to the Keshe Foundation, we know exactly what this is. So this is something, this is the ramification of our understanding that is not as obvious, but it is quite profound and, I mean, far-reaching in its impact. You know, there are many people who practice various forms of yoga and other things, you know, and, you know, shamanism, et cetera. And, you know, they are into secret, you know, powers and so forth and so forth. And they have their own framework of knowledge and all that. It's fine and good. But at the same time, you have this, or we have this, this knowledge of science that can touch them and they can see the relationship. So although some of these people who consider the shaman to be like a deity and has superpowers or ability to do miracles, but once they, in one way or another, come in contact with the knowledge, Keshe Foundation, they will start to see it in a different light. So this is an advancement of doing things at the soul level or emotional level, engagement of these fields, that becomes natural part of our understanding through contact with others. I'm sure many of these beings who are from elsewhere, many of them are very humble and they have enough awareness to not be arrogant or make them a guru. But so as time progresses, what we need to is to keep an eye open for all these beings, native or part of universal community, it doesn't matter. We are in a position to equally value everybody and equally appreciate their abilities and make those abilities part of our own. So the communication that we talked about earlier about universal community is very close to home. It has been very close to home, but we didn't have enough background to bring it into our home. And this is an advancement. This is happening across the globe. And this is something we can all be appreciative about. This is prosperity. Prosperity of in a new dimension, so to speak. So, and this, we can enrich this by us participating in it and sharing it with others. And this can and is accelerating things. And there is a lot of evidence on YouTube even. I mean, I'm not a YouTube person, so I don't really listen to any of these things, but there are sometimes things you hear. And for example, one of the things that Mr. Keshe also has talked about, there are some people appearing out of nowhere or saving people out of nowhere, things like that. I've seen a few of those. Yes, they are miraculous, but now we know that no, these are things within our reach and can become part of daily human activity in a very short period of time. And we listen to the knowledge seekers workshops these days, and we have a lot of things related with soul and teleportation, transportation, and everything else in this region. And would we use reactors to do some of these things? Sure, why not? Sometimes, making things physical is fun. But at the same time, there is this parallel streams going all over the place by all kinds of people that, we can also take a look at, But the interesting thing is that we are in a position to hold our ground, in a sense, to appreciate and benefit us as well as others. That's called prosperity and sharing or donating prosperity. There is no money involved. We want a cashless society. Let's start. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So it is. Thank you so much, my dear Moshfik. Yes, if we want that, if we desire that, if there is the condition to be manifest, the peace dome is here. Join. Don't get separate again. So money doesn't matter anymore. So thank you. Thank you for being giving so much inspirational words. Love. Thank you, dear Moshfik. This is Dean. I welcome you to read this. Can you? My dear Dean, can you hear me? Okay.
Shweta, hi, it's Dean here.
Oh.
Are you talking to myself or are you talking to the other Dean?
No, talking to you.
Okay.
You always read this beautifully. So I welcome you to read if you can.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta. Of course I will.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, so reading the text that's on this mobile screen in front of me, a digital display that is transmitting fields into the matter state for me to be able to read this through my physical eyes. Sunday at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. CEST, which is Central European Summertime. Call to all knowledge seekers. Let's together create the peace dome all over the planet. Use the plasma water from your cups of life, 1 and 2, to make the plasmatic spraying. So call to all knowledge seekers, that's each and every single one of us. As we are all knowledge seekers, we all have a physical brain, capable and efficient in seeking knowledge. Knowledge from within, knowledge outside of ourselves. The field strength of the community, of the family that is humanity and the universal community as one. I was listening to the beautiful teaching of Sandra and Stefania earlier on with the making of cups 1 and 2. Of cup 1, they taught cup 1. I too had a workshop recently where I taught cup 1 and had some wonderful experiences there. There were many, many beautiful souls present that contributed their soul essence and their physical body into the making of this, the intention of making the plasmatic waters. So they showed an intense interaction of the matter state condition of their thinking, of their brain, and created the fields by the intention of listening and gaining knowledge. In this workshop, there were a family there, very beautiful family, and they had 2 children. They had a son, a young son, and a younger daughter. I don't know her age, maybe 2 or 3, something like this. And they aided the children in making a cup, the cup 1. And I was teaching the adults and speaking as I do and showing certain ways of creating the cup and putting it in very specific positions to to be able to make these plasmatic waters. And the adults were obviously, like the children, learning, communicating, and experiencing this interaction. At the end of the process, the children's cup I noticed to one side, and they'd been interacting, doing it with their mother and father, and they made this cup, and I just felt the presence of the beauty within it. The light of the soul of humanity was within this cup. I felt it. It was the pure innocence of these children putting their intention with their mother and father together into this cup. Now, the cup wasn't perfect at the end. It looked like a children's cup. It had all the attributes of the wires and the copper, the zinc, the nano coating that was done by the adults with the children watching. The mother, I remember the mother taught me something very precious when she was doing the nano coating. I was doing the nano coating where I was holding it sideways and gradually fire nano coating this was. And she knelt down on a step, and her daughter was very close by her side watching. And she held the pliers in her hand and had the wire pointing downwards, gravitationally towards the earth. And she nano-coated downwards. And for me, it just seems much more logical. It was a natural thing to do. And she taught me something very beautiful there. Going back to the cup with the children. So the cup with the children, it had this special quality that it had where it sort of locked, you know, the wires didn't quite, they weren't in the right place. As someone who's made these sort of instruments, these tools for some time, I always wanted to be sort of in a certain condition, a certain way where they look very upright and the wires hang in a certain position and, you know, very specific. The children's one didn't have this quality. It had another much, much better quality where it slightly fell over a little bit. And we spoke about putting some intentions and thoughts when we made the cup. And we had some pens, and I know this isn't the teachings, but we put some intentions in to just draw in some suns and some thank yous and other things onto the cup. And the children wrote some messages. And as I said, this cup had this slight tilt. And I too told them we showed how to put the plasmatic waters in with the salt, salinity of the salt. And we decided not to fill all the cups up and for people to take them home. On second thoughts, we could have actually completed the salt into the cups, and we could have, because these cups have lids on them, and you could have taken the way that the cup is constructed. You could have taken the whole system out in one go, as the copper, the zinc, and the nano-coated connected, taken it out and put it into something to protect it. And we could have continued on and filled the waters up with the salt in those containers, put the lid on and carried them home. And then you could have just put the actual contents of the nano-coating, the copper and the zinc back in once you came home. Either way, I think is fine. And I don't think, as long as the knowledge is transferred and people have these beautiful, these new beings, these new souls present in their environment, then the soul of humanity gradually rises, and it touches each and every soul that in physicality that comes in contact with this knowledge. And that's the important thing. Once you actually receive this, even a tiny fraction of it is enough, is a seed that it can manifest sometimes with some people very quickly. And I've noticed with others, you put the seed of intention, you give them the beauty of this knowledge, and you just wait. It's a bit like a seed that you plant, you water it, and you wait. You sit back, and sometimes you see this wonderful creation sprout up from the earth, and sometimes it seems that nothing ever happens, and you wait and nothing comes. Same process. For some, it's instant. For others, it takes a little while. I think what Mosfet was speaking earlier on was very significant. Thank you, Mosfet. That was beautiful words you spoke. And for me, it touched a heartstring. It touched something deep within inside me, that we all have this ability to receive this knowledge, and we just give it some moments for it to become correct and for it to manifest and show its beauty, so that it's then shared amongst everybody else. And it always manifests in a way that is peaceful and in beauty, and brings about this plasmatic dome of peace, as we've spoken about many times, and this call from within your heart and soul to help and unify and communicate to each and every single soul, and in physicality and on a soul level that is present in this moment. And it is always with great joy and an amazing feeling of, it's hard to describe, a feel strength of beauty that emanates from you as the moment you speak about, and you think, speak and act in a certain way, and the moment you come in contact with the knowledge, twisting a wire, nano coating, producing the GANs, spreading the waters, is like a communication from your soul into the physicality for humanity to receive, become the magnet, and share the knowledge. And it happens in many, many different ways and forms. It can be very, very simple and very humble, very still and very quiet, or it can be spoken to the world through, as we spoke about earlier on, through a Zoom meeting or something like this. Or if you meet in physicality in small groups, I believe it is also an incredible beauty. Someone, I think it was, sorry, not someone, Mehran has sent me a message earlier on. She spoke about teaching, the one, can we share something to teach children? And I wrote back saying that I think that teaching the One Cup, One Life to parents and children, and if we could get grandparents and all the generations to come together and learn this knowledge as one, there seems to be this real direct unification, connection that, like the wires, when we connect the nano coating to the zinc and the copper, and Mr. Keshe always said, we have a great connection, we have a strong connection. So you have a strong connection to physicality, we have a strong connection to the soul. And when we do this with the children present in the room with the adults, the doctors, the all the peoples of humanity, whatever it is that you find yourself in a position that consumes your thoughts and processes in this moment. If we include the children and the generations of the grandparents and the great-grandparents, the knowledge and wisdom they hold, and then we let the children experience and teach the adults the beauty that they have within them when they are connected, as they are always so connected with everything, then we get this unification, we get this new creation of the field strength of love, peace, beauty within humanity in this moment. And I think this is really, really important for each and every knowledge seeker to experience and give this knowledge, as you all do. I mean, there's many knowledge seekers that spend all their moments teaching this knowledge, and it's quite incredible how much energy they manage to spread to the world through the understanding of becoming a giver in nature in this moment. So thank you all. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Sweta.
Dina, actually, Liliana from Hawaii, she's really into to make some structure for teaching to children. She tried to make a group where, so anyone who has a skill for children and they want to include the plasma technology, definitely get in contact with your languages group, and for them, go in contact with Liana from Hawaii, because the children are the future of tomorrow. So, yeah, just want to say.
Thank you, Stefania. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Thank you, Stefania. Liliana, I've noticed she's done some very many beautiful teachings, and she's spoken some. She's given some testimonials. I noticed the testimonials she gave, where she interacted with somebody who, within her family, who would never normally want to interact with this sort of information, but having the fields and the cups around, the peace and the field strength of this knowledge touched and does touch people. I've had these experiences myself with people's in family that are in a way a little bit closed, a little bit confined within their intentions. And when they just take a tiny interaction of this plasma, it can have a big effect. As I said, it may take, for some, it may take a moment, for others a little bit longer, but it always interacts. So thank you, Stefania. Yeah, I think that's
happened to me actually for a coincidence where a friend of mine didn't usually have a woman who helped her with cleaning the house. And I said, don't worry, I can help you. So I said to her, because she had the children, she was very busy. So I said to her, I'm doing the cleaning, no problem. For you, no? And I cleaned the house using plasma, all the house. I didn't use any chemical product. I just used cup 1 and cup 2. And I didn't say much to her, but the feedback I had, that it was the first time that all family didn't argue. And the husband was very calm. And then I told him that I used the cup 1 and cup 2, and then from then she was interested about it, and then I told her about how to make the cup. Yeah, so it does works. Yeah, I encourage everyone to try. I just wanted to, I don't know if Sveta want to say anything, but otherwise we can go to the next slide. I know that we're running late.
Yes, of course. I thank you, Dean. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you so much.
We're going to have a very shorter workshop just because of the time. It's already over the 2 hours. So Andreas, he will just do a very small 10-15 minutes of the module. Thank you so much. Andreas, go ahead.
Hey, Stefania.
I really enjoyed yesterday, by the way. It was great teaching.
Thank you very much. So, as we have a short time for today or tonight, I hope you can hear me well. I would like to share with you the meeting that we had, the approach of the alligator. And so to just bring you a bit closer to the situation, we are, can I still share the video, please?
Go ahead there now, Andres.
Thank you, Rick. Can you see it? Okay, so we met last night for the 5th session of the motion training, and we find ourselves back exactly where we found ourselves the last time, and we were laying on the beach. We reflected and remembered the cycle of the water that we have integrated now on land. And through the wave breathing, we become one with the beach. All our cells behave like sand. and we crumble down into the totality of the many ones. If you would like to see and hear the vision that we found in that state, you can go to the teaching that will be online in a very short time, latest by Friday, so number 5 it will be. And we will make a shortcut now here strictly to the other presence that we had just very close to us. Alligator, let me drop my judgments, accepting life with grace, so that forlorn care and worry will vanish from my face. Let me integrate each moment, digesting life with ease, counting all my experiences as equal opportunities. The 5-0 or the 5-0 stands for the alligator, and he represents the technique of integration. This will help you, especially with all the knowledge that you're gathering day by day, how you can integrate it into yourself. The powerful gift of alligator medicine is to fully appreciate and integrate all that life offers. Gator shows us the value of thoroughly digesting both the pleasures and pains of life. In many ways, alligator's medicine is reflected in its behavior. When Gator rolls under the water with its prey, its message is to roll with the punches when being attacked by life's circumstances. Carefully storing its prey under a log until the meat is tender teaches us about patience and proper timing. Choosing to laugh when tangled in your own seriousness can immediately diffuse the stranglehold of anger and judgments, self-importance and inflexibility. Once your rigidity is removed, you are free to again integrate the present set of circumstances, finding what you may have formerly overlooked. When you can learn Gator's lessons on how to digest the value of any life lesson. Gator medicine people refrain from passing judgment until they have examined all the facts and seen all the sides of any situation. It may be time to drop opinions and judgments so that the present situations can be fully understood. Gator might have surfaced in the river of your life to tell you to digest the situation at hand before making any rash moves. You could also be dealing with someone who is too serious or rigid. If this is the case, embrace your flexibility, knowing that you are expanding beyond your former limits, even if others are wallowing in their self-created quicksand. Have you been rushing through life and not taking the time to count your victories or to digest your rites of passage? If so, it could be time to honor your progress, mindful that quick fix solutions do not support long-term goals. Avoid getting stuck in the duality and quagmire of the human judgment game. Use calm resolve. Review your healing process and life lessons, integrating the growth that you have attained. In all cases, Gator is telling you that something may have escaped your perception. Ask yourself what viewpoint or possibility did not get factored into your assessment. Did that missing piece of the puzzle keep you from having an accurate overview of what is now occurring? If so, it is never too late to re-evaluate the situation from a more integrated and flexible point of view. Remember, Gator's eyes and nostrils are often the only parts of its body above water, while it senses its surroundings. Gator integrates all probabilities before it makes its move. Contrary, alligator often signals a time to laugh in the face of conflict in order to survive. If gator's belly is floating, exposed on the top of the water, it could mean that rash actions or thoughtless words have put you in jeopardy. Gator's treacherous jaws warn you not to fall prey to quick-fix solutions or schemes. If contrary gator bites has severed an artery that fed your life force, a band-aid will not cure your present situation. Integrate stable, long-term solutions and options. If you have become inflexible or judgmental, detach from the muddying thinking or clouded feelings that have imprisoned your progress. In all cases, Gator reminds you to scan more than the surface, integrating all possibilities, potential risks, unexpected outcomes, and ultimate rewards. If you integrate all these viewpoints, it becomes easier to roll over and come out on top. So some of you might ask, what is an alligator doing on the beach? Well, this is not the only thing that goes a bit different on our Monday session. So if you get curious and want to know more about it, please join us on the Monday evenings from 6 to 9, and we will definitely meet there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear Andreas. Thank you. Always is inspired. The alligator is beautiful. It understands the two-way, always. So thank you. Thank you so much. And is there anyone who wants to ask Andreas anything for now? Or they can attend the Mehran training on Moon Day at 6 to 9 p.m. CEST. Zoom ID 290-524-4613. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sveta.
You are welcome. So we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick, if there is no question or if there is any question.
Let's keep it a short one, otherwise I can't guarantee anything.
Yes, we can go to the next slide. My dear Rick. Thank you, Andreas. Welcome, beautiful souls. Bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. It's Mehran's UCS Farsi language. And so I had a wish on UC chat. So I read my wish. I give from my soul and heart for the health and protection of Mr. Keshe and success of Keshe Foundation and peace on earth.
I am present, my dear Mehrnaz, and you're beautiful. Thank you.
I'm present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I am present.
Nick, is there any question or any sharing from the beautiful souls, those who are present? Please do. We welcome you, my dear.
Yes, I'm just having a look here. I don't see anything at this point.
Then, my dear Rick, can we share about the competition you entered?
Oh,
Can you share
yes.
that? Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute here.
Meanwhile, you looking for it. I just remind everyone also about the workshop in Linz. So the workshop in Linz is going to start soon. So for anyone who can implement also the plasma technology in their work and then teach, they can also contact the foundation in info@Keshe Foundation and .org. So if anyone who listening and has got skill to share and you can implement the plasma technology with it, contact the Keshe Foundation. And if you're interested to learn about the plasma and the guns and pottery and sculpture, look the Keshe store where the course workshop starting soon. Okay, go ahead, Rika. I'm so happy about this actually, about this the you enter again.
Yes, we did it once again. I got the permission of Mr. Keshe, and he said the magic 2 words, why not? And so here we are back at the Tech Briefs competition for, it's called Create the Future Design Contest. And we did this last year, and we did very well in the what's called the popular vote, and placed, I think it was second in the popular vote, and I think we had the most views as well. So here we are this year. That was with the Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit. So this year I've entered the Universal Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit into the competition, and I put the link for this page for the competition. You can see on the upper right-hand side is log in and sign up. So for those who voted last year, you can just log in, use your same credentials as last year for logging in and password, and you can vote right away. Other people need to click the sign up and sign into the site. You have to put in your information, your name and address, and so on, information so they can make sure that people aren't cheating on the voting part of the contest. And then you can log in and vote for the Universal Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit as in this contest. So right now, So I've got a write-up here. They allow you 500 words, and I just put in all the benefits of the unit. There's a video that has our 2 main videos of the flight enhancement unit in it, a bit of information. And if we go to, here's the information on like the number of votes so far this year. We click on that. We see the Universal Flight Enhancement Unit, make it bigger here, is in number 2 position already. It was in number 5 a couple of days ago, and it's worked its way up to number 2. We were kind of late in the game here, so now the number 1 position has a lot more votes, 435. It'll be tough for us to get that number of votes. I think we only had less than 400 last year. It's hard to get hundreds of people to vote. But I do encourage people, please do vote. And we'll see if we can get close to that, the number 1. But it looks like for sure we're going to secure the number 2 position, at least so far. And that's quite incredible, right, in itself, considering that we just started to enter a week and a half ago. Now, if we go to the number of page views, that's the other aspect here. We have this one that has 10,000, almost 10,000 page views for this advanced wearable artificial intelligence translator. Then there's this Horace Green device, which has over 2,000 views. And then the flight enhancement unit is now in 3rd position. It was just in 5th position a day ago, and it's worked up past these other ones below. I could just pass this one today. This one had 1505, this Kit Kat thing. And now we have 1544. And we're going to rapidly pass the number 2 position, and we'll be in contention for number 1 in the total views in across all of the entries. Now, last year we entered in the medical section of this contest. This year we're in the aerospace and defense section. So when you click on that and go to views, then we're at the top number of views in the aerospace and defense section of this contest, which is sponsored by the same media group that does the work for NASA. They're all interrelated. These companies are NASA companies that are part of the suppliers and so on. So this is good. We're getting exposure to the Universal Flight Enhancement Spaceship unit. But whether the judges, well, the official judges, like this is the votes we see here is the popular votes that people vote for. But there's a panel of judges that judge at the end of the contest, which is July 1st. And in July and August, they will do the voting and report on what they voted for. Last year, we did not get the favor of the judges, and they wouldn't mention our body enhancement spaceship unit, unfortunately, even though it was very popular among the regular people. So we'll see this year how we do, and I encourage people to please vote for it and show your support for the Keshe Foundation plasma technology by supporting this unit and getting more exposure to it. Okay, I think that's about it.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you. This is beautiful. The point of views always counts. That is the key to change the point of view, to understand the point of view. This time, humanity will fly. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for sharing.
Now, something else I should mention, I've been asked to promote the new vials that are, they're called vials from the Keshe Foundation store. So perhaps we can mention that as well. Let me get that up here. I know we're getting late, but let me quickly share that. So at the Keshe Foundation store, I'll put in the link into the chats. And YouTube. There we go. So this is it's called the Keshe Scans Handmade Ceramics Vial. See a picture here. And these come in 3 different flavors, you could say, of tip, lip, and hip. And Mr. Keshe talked about this in the previous Knowledge Seekers workshop. Let's see if I can find that link also. It's kind of important. Just a second here. Find my Windows. Yes, there it is. I've got the link to the place in the 433rd Knowledge Seekers workshop where Mr. Keshe actually talks about the tip, lip, and hip. Strange way to put it, but it stands for the head, the lips, and the basically the area between the hips, especially for women, and pain. And the lips having to do with the herpes and other virus, and tip having to do with migraine, headache, and other issues that way. So there's the link in the chat. Put that in their other chat as well. Tip, lip, and hip. So you can hear about it in that Knowledge Seekers workshop. There's a direct link for people to go there. And so I'd bring that up. We'll hear more about that in the next Knowledge Seekers workshop, I'm sure, as well. Okay, I guess that's it for that for now.
Thank you, my dear Rick. And we can go. Thank you for the tip, lip, and hip recommendation. That is beautiful. I will say, as a woman, we always care for that. And thank you. We can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. So these are the email contacts of the active Universal Council members, my dear beautiful souls. Please do contact anytime you want from any language. We can share, we can give an advice, give guidance, share anything you want to share with love, kindness, and peace. So thank you so much. We can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Here, the purpose of the Universal Soul Traveler is that we are here to serve, not to be served. If we stick to this illusion, or I will say the guest house, then we became like parasites, you know. And the manifestation doesn't work like that, you know. If we become like that, then it will has to be in the decay process. It has to be destroyed. So be in the living and life more as health is the wealth, and the morality and the courage and the compassion is the unified field. So together we are all humanity in connection with, as Moshe says, universal souls. And as we are becoming universals, we are here to serve, not to be served, my dear beautiful souls, the Universal Council. Welcome, 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 all beautiful souls, to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, thank you, Sweta, and thanks to all the members of the Universal Council today for sharing in today's show. And thank you to all of our attendees and others. Oh, we have a hand up here. Maybe we can hear quickly from Salamia before we end. We have to end quickly here, Salamia. So.
Yes, thank you very much. Just I would like to inform you that I have the cup of life first cup. And I have an incident in my house, and I think that this cup of life just protected me. All my housing, electronical from the kitchen and bathroom are not functioning because of this electricity problems on the network, public network, but in the house is okay. Everything was okay. And my consciousness, my soul just guided me to go there and to see the fire. And I was able to use my mouse and stop the fire. Otherwise, everything was being explosion because of the central on gas, which was working. But first, my dogs, and second, my soul guided me to go there because it was in the night. And I think that my cup of life just protect everybody in the house, and the plasma protect everybody in the house. And thanks to God, we are all safe. And I give it as a gift to the person from for public electricity who came to make a constatation, to make an evaluation of the situation. And I offer this cup of life to him. And I said to him that I was protected by this, and he will be also protected for all kind of viruses. And he was happy, and he said, okay, I want to learn about this. I hope I can teach and invite him in the future. So today I offer the cup of life to somebody to protect his family and him, because this cup of life just protected me. Thank you very much. And my dogs and family in the house.
Okay, thank you, Salamia. All right, I think that wraps up our 223rd Knowledge, One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here. Let me see what else is happening. We have TV Galactica is, I believe, tonight at 11:59 Central European Time on the usual TV Galactica channels, which is on Facebook and YouTube. So people can listen to Marie on that, I believe is happening tonight. Also, we have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which starts at 7 a.m. Central European Time on Wednesday, May 25th, which is also 10 p.m. Pacific Time on today, Tuesday, May 24th. So people are welcome to attend that if they have questions or concepts they would like to discuss, or their plasma inventions they'd like to show, and that kind of thing. Okay.
Okay, it's time for dance.
Time for clapping and dancing. Right on, Sweta. Thank you for that announcement. So we'll end with the flight enhancement spaceship unit. with the music edition. And we'll see you all in the next public workshop or some other venue. Okay, thanks everyone, and bye for now.